Hello friends, I hope all of you are doing well. So previously in both the videos we have discussed the theory questions are going to come from programming part and databases part. This is the third topic from where some theory questions are going to come. So in this video we are going to discuss most important questions that has been asked by CBSE and previous year examination for computer science 12th class board exam. Let us see our first question. Differentiate between star topology and bus topology. Very simple. You have seen in your class already there are different type of topologies. The logical arrangement of computer inside a close proximity or inside a local area network, that is called topology. So here in star topology, devices are placed like this in the star form, and this is a logical structure. If you check out in your lab, so here a central device is there, that is a switch or hub, and all computers are connected to that device, and it looks like a star top. So this is called what? Star topology. In bus topology, we have a backbone cable, and by T points the computers are connected. So there is a comparison between these two. Okay, so this is our bus topology. This is called backbone cable. Okay, these are the terminator for bus topology, and these are the devices. In star topology, these are the devices, and in center we have a switch or hub. So let us see the differences. Star topology, all computers are connected using a central hub or switch. Each computer is directly connected to the primary network cable in a single line, that is called what? Backbone cable. So I already told you this is what? Backbone cable for bus topology. This is what? Star topology. More cable is required for star topology in comparison to bus topology, because here dedicated line from each device to the central hub or switch is required. So less cable is required in bus topology. This is another difference. Next one, easy to install and reconfigure. If you want to add one more device, you just need to lay down one more cable and add one more device. But here what you have to do, you have to create a new T point for adding a new device, which is quite tedious task for bus topology, and it is also not easy to scale. Means if you want to scale that, it is difficult. Here in for the backbone we use coaxial cable. Okay, and for here we use Ethernet cable or Cat6 cable. Ethernet cable, or we can say that like twisted pair cable. Okay, twisted pair cable is used, which have 8 pair in it. Easy to troubleshoot. If any particular link is not working, so that particular link need to be checked. But here, if this particular computer is not working, maybe the fault may lie in the backbone somewhere. So you might have fault somewhere here. So fault isolation and detection is difficult in the bus topology. This is the answer for first question. Let us move to the second question. What is the basic difference between Trojan horse and computer bombs? So these two are malicious programs. So what are the malicious program? The program which has wrong intention or malicious intention, or the intention to harm our data or computer. Let us see the difference. Trojan horse, it is a destructive program that looks as a genuine application. So they deceive the user that these programs are useful, but they are actually destructive or harmful program. Worms disrupt services and creates management problem by replicating itself, such as system slowdown or eat up all the memory. Trojan horse hides to the another executable file inside the another executable file, but worms can spread to the different computers via network. Okay, so worms does not require host to spread. They can spread by themselves. The main objective of the Trojan horse is to steal information. The main objective of the worm is to eat the system resource like memory, and it will fill all the memory for particular system will or network will automatically slow down. Does not replicate itself. It does not need human action to replicate. So worms replicate very fast and they eat up all the memory. Trojan horse just hide themselves inside the other executable file, and whenever you download such a utility program like PDF editor or photo editor, so inside that you might have Trojan horse if you are not downloading from authentic website. To avoid that problem, Mac or Apple devices use the sandbox. They check the total length of the application. If total length of the application is less or more, they might not allow. So this is the process by which sandbox, that is called for Apple devices, which use to remove this type of malicious software or check out the infections inside the softwares. Let us move to the next question. What is the basic difference between Trojan horse and computer worms? We have already seen that. Okay, so going for the next one, what is the difference between hub or switch? So these are two devices which is used to connect multiple computers together. They have the ports like that, and they come in the form of 4 port, 8 port, 16 port. So RJ45 connector are used to connect multiple computers together using these devices and twisted pair cable. Okay, so might be hub or switch. Let us see the difference. So hub is used to transmit the signal to each port except the incoming port. So suppose this is an incoming port, a hub will not transmit the data to this port. Remaining all port it is going to forward, but switch is intelligent and they works on the data link layer or MAC address, physical address. So they used to see on which particular port that destination MAC address or physical address holding computer is connected. They will forward on that only. Switch has the capacity to filter the packet based on physical address. Support only broadcast type of transmission. So it should be written like broadcast type of transmission, because we are taking input from one port and relaying it to all other outgoing links. So this is called what? Broadcast. So what you can say broadcast, like you are the speaker and everyone you are broadcasting, like FM radio broadcasting or Akashvani broadcasting. Unicast, one person to one person, one is sender, one is receiver. This is what? Unicast. And multicast, like in classroom, when you have one speaker and a group of people is listening to that, that is what? Multicast. So there may be a group of people in a close proximity, they are listening. So this is what? Multicast. So if one is the sender and anyone who have the capability to receive the signal, they can be a receiver. So this is the way we say this is a broadcast type of message. What is that? Broadcast. This is what? Unicast, one to one, and this is what? Multicast. Okay. Next is in hub only one collision domain is there, because if any incoming port remaining all port, the hub is going to forward the data, so anywhere collision can happen. But for switch it can happen only this link, because it is going to forward on that particular link where that physical address is available. Switch can be used as a repeater and also act as a collision separator. Different ports have own collision domain, because where collision can happen only on that port where you are forwarding the data. Let me remove this annotation so you can read it properly. In a large network, a switch is preferred to reduce the unwanted traffic in the network, which may also reduce bandwidth and cause of network congestion. Like if you have a 2-lane road and if you are allowing more vehicle to go on 2-lane road over the capacity, what is going to have? Traffic jam. Like that, if your network capacity is less and more computer are trying to send the data, what we have? Network congestion. So the traffic jam. Okay, same way we are going to have traffic congestion in computer networks also. Difference between WAN, wide area network, and MAN, metropolitan area network. We have four type of arrangement of the networks, like PAN, personal area network. Around your system, like projector is connected, your printer is connected, writing pad is connected, your webcam is connected, personal area network like 10 meters. Then you have LAN, local area network, 1 to 10 kilometers. Then you have local area network like office buildings or your school lab or school infrastructure, or you might have hospitals or malls. So this is what local area network. Then you have MAN. Like in metropolitan cities, a company can have two offices 100 to 250 kilometers apart. So from 11 to 250 kilometers, we can say this is metropolitan area network. If these computers are connected through dedicated link or WiMAX. Then you have something called WAN. So there you have no geographical restriction over the wide area network. Internet is an example of wide area network. Let us see the difference between WAN and MAN. So wide area network, metropolitan area network, no geographical limitation. Here you have like 100 to 250 kilometers. Speed is slow in comparison to MAN. Speed is fast in comparison to WAN. Error rate is high in comparison to MAN in WAN, but error rate is low in comparison to wide area network in metropolitan area network. ATM, bank network, internet are all example of wide area network. Network of schools, bank and government offices within the city is called examples of metropolitan area network. Let us see the next question, difference between circuit switching and packet switching. So these are two ways by which data is transferred over internet or over any network. In circuit switching, what will happen? In circuit switching, source to destination, first path is established. Okay, so first route is established, then we are going to transfer the data. Okay, but in packet switching, what we will do? We will take the complete data which is being sent, slice it and create small packets, and then we put source and destination address on those packets and send them. And on each node, wherever you have to take a decision, router will take. There is a device called router. Router will take decision based on these source and destination addresses on which link that packet should be forwarded. To route the packet, that is a job of the device called router. Let us see circuit switching is the method of switching in which is used for establishing a dedicated communication path between sender and receiver. Packet switching, the method of switching where no dedicated path is established from the source to destination. It works on store and forward. To read the source and destination address, router need to store that packet inside the memory, and internet works on packet switching. Data is processed and transmitted at the source only. Data is processed and transmitted not only at the source but also each switching station, that is I am calling as router. It is more reliable, it is less reliable, but nowadays packet switching also giving reliable data delivery. Next question is, give the difference between HTML and XML. So these both are markup languages. HTML, hypertext markup language. XML is your extensive markup language. So HTML is used to display the data and focus how data should look in your browser. XML is a software and hardware independent tool used to transmit and store data. It focuses on what data is. HTML is a markup language in itself. XML provides a framework to define markup language. HTML is not case sensitive, but XML is case sensitive. HTML is a presentation language because it deals with the data presentation. XML is neither a presentation language nor a programming language. HTML has its own predefined tags. You can define tags according to your need inside XML. HTML is not necessary to use a closing tag, but in XML it is mandatory to use closing tag. HTML is static because it is used to display data. XML is dynamic because it is used to transport the data. So this is the difference between HTML and XML. Let us see difference between SMTP and POP. SMTP is used to send emails and POP is used to receive emails. So SMTP also called push protocol and that POP is called pull protocol. Okay. List any two security measures to ensure network security. So there are firewall you can install, or you can have a software or hardware firewall. User authentication can also be used, like login ID password. You can put a biometric authentication like fingerprint or face scanner. Both the ways you can ensure security. Write any two computer security threats and give one solution to that security threat. So viruses can harm your computer or data, worms can harm, Trojan horse can harm. For that, you can utilize the antivirus software, firewalls, or intrusion detection system. For big industries like IDS can be implemented in companies which are having very sensitive information. What are the protocols? Name any two. So what is protocol? Protocol is nothing but a set of rule. What is that? Set of rules for anything. Like protocols meaning is that it is a set of mutually accepted and implemented rules at both the ends of the communication channel for the proper exchange of information. Like if two people are talking to each other, they should agree on a common language which is understood by both. If someone is speaking French and you are speaking English, no communication can happen even though you are connected. So for that purpose, you need to lay down some rules which are accepted by both sender and receiver. Then only communication can happen. There are some examples of protocols which are used in computer network: HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, SMTP, okay, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, Post Office Protocol, POP, okay, PPP, point-to-point protocol, and SLIP, Serial Line Input Protocol. So there are many protocol which are used in computer communication. What is Trojan horse? Any two type of activity performed by Trojan. So a Trojan horse or Trojan is a type of malware or malicious software, is often disguised as a legitimate software. Means it disguises, it is going to make us appear like it is a useful or legitimate software. Trojans can be employed by cyber thieves, hackers trying to gain access to the user system or sensitive information. Activities performed by Trojan can be deleting data, blocking data, modifying and copying data, disrupting the performance of your computer, okay, network. So that all can be done. They can also steal the data and send to their person who is controlling these Trojans. Let us differentiate between web server and web browser. So web server is a computer. First we will see web browser. A web browser is a software application for accessing information over the World Wide Web. When a user requests a web page from the particular website, the web browser retrieves the necessary content from the web server and displays the page on the user's device. So this is the web browser. You have seen many web browsers like Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, okay, and Edge, Internet Explorer, now not in use. You might have seen Opera also for mobile devices. So these are called what? Web browsers. Web server. A web server is a computer that runs the website. So where you host your website, the basic objective of the web server is to store, process and deliver the web page to the users, whoever is requesting them. This intercommunication is done using Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. Okay, particular web browser like Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, like that hosting services you have, GoDaddy or other services. The computer which is used to host the websites, from where a website can be sent to the requesting web browser, that host computer is called what? Web server. Let us see the next question. Differentiate between web hosting and web browser. So web browser we have already seen. Web browser is a software application for accessing information on the World Wide Web. When a user requests a web page from the particular website, the web browser retrieves the information. Retrieves information means get that information, content from the web server, and then display that web page on a user device. Web hosting is a means of hosting web server applications on a computer system through which electronic content on the internet is readily available to any web browser client. So web hosting is that process through which that content is transferred. Popular web browsers are Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Internet Explorer. Differentiate between website and web page. So website can be seen as a container where web page resides. A website may have many web pages. Web page is a document or a page where there is information available. We can see those pages in web browser. Web page is a single page with information. It can be any form like text, image, or video. That's why we call it hypertext. So hypertext is what? The text which contains image, video, audio, or text. So such type of data is called what? Hypertext. Next, whereas the website is a collection of web pages, the website has its own domain name which is unique throughout the world. Anything can be stored on the website like photos, videos, and text. Some popular website, online shopping website, Amazon, Flipkart, and your Vidyalaya website, or there are many more which you are searching and checking out day and day while you are surfing on your web browser. Let us see what are the cookies. Write any two use of the cookies. So they are not the cookies which people eat like biscuits. These cookies are computer cookies. So when you visit any website, some small amount of information is stored in your web browser to make user experience good. So that is called what? Cookies. That small files. Cookies are files generally from the visited web pages which are stored on your user computer. There are three types of cookies, like session cookies that last for on that particular session till you are on the website. Persistent cookies outlast user session and has a maximum of age of 1 year. Third party cookies being set with the different domain than one shown in the address bar. Okay, uses cookies. So third party cookies are something different from session and persistent cookies. It stores use of cookies. It stores online habits of the user. Cookies track browsing activities, remind our login information. It allows pages load and session when we change the settings on our website. But sometimes they might be dangerous also because they can store your authentication information like username, okay, and password. So you should not allow third party cookies in your web browser. Let us move to the next question. What are the health hazards of continuously using the device like phone, laptop, or computer? Nowadays, most of you are on the computer screen for longer period of time. So what problems may generate? The best way to avoid this is after every 15 or half an hour, you just go somewhere and put your eyes off from the screen and walk and come back and then start watch your content again. So the continuous use of the devices like a smartphone and computer, desktop, laptops, headphone cause a lot of health hazard if not addressed properly. These are like impact on bones and joints. Wrong posture may result in pain in different places of your body. Uncomfortable position can cause muscle or bone injury also. Next, impact on hearing. Using headphones or earphones for a prolonged time or longer time with high volume may cause hearing disability, okay, hearing impairment. So this is going to affect hearing capacity badly. Next, impact on your eyes. This is the most common form of health hazard that as prolonged hours of screen time can lead to the extreme strain to your eyes. Okay, so you can use like a good goggle or a screen protector. Sleep problem: bright light of your computer device blocks the hormone called melatonin, which helps us to sleep. Thus we can experience sleep disorders leading to the short sleep cycles. So these type of problems may come if you are using a particular device continuously for longer period of time. Define and explain all parts of URL. What is the full form of URL? Uniform Resource Locator. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator, and it is the complete address of the website or web server. As we have already seen, website has the unique address in the world, and with that address we used to access the website, but it URL have many components in it. Okay, so we will see what are these components. Name of the protocol: first HTTP hypertext transfer protocol as for secure. Then we have web service, World Wide Web. Then we have name of the server, so Google is the server, and DNS, domain name system, and that is going to tell on which particular domain it is, .com, .org, or like that. Then you have something, name of the country at the end from where that server is. So that in denoting India, like UK denotes United Kingdom, USA denotes United States of America, like that. These domains at the last will denote which country that server belongs to. Next question is, write any two advantages of 4G and 3G mobile telecommunication. Okay, tech term. So 4G gives the speed approximately 100 Mbps, whereas 3G gives the speed approximately 2 Mbps. 4G takes less time than 3G in call establishment. Okay, so nowadays 5G also present, so you can have 2-3 properties of 5G also. That's it in this video, guys. Thank you very much for patient listening. Have a nice day.